Just a few days ago, Chinese scientists unveiled the Larid radar, the most powerful radar ever created. Its primary purpose? To monitor satellites and air forces from the US and other countries. But what they discovered with it was mind-blowing. Right above the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, they detected a massive plasma bubble. Yes, an actual plasma bubble. And it's no ordinary bubble. It's packed with so much energy that it causes disturbances in satellites, GPS systems, and even high-altitude planes flying nearby. This plasma bubble isn't just hovering slightly above the pyramids, it's a whopping 9,600 kilometers above them. For perspective, most low Earth orbit satellites operate between 160 and 2,000 kilometers above the Earth. This plasma bubble is a staggering 7,600 kilometers higher than those satellites. With this discovery, China has officially become the first country to detect a plasma bubble using radar technology. This revelation raises an intriguing question. Were the pyramids merely tombs, or is there some kind of connection between the pyramids and energy? Plasma, after all, can be directly converted into energy. This plasma bubble only adds to the growing mystery of the pyramids. And here's where things get even more interesting. Nikola Tesla warned about phenomena like this long ago. He believed the pyramids were far more than just ancient monuments. Tesla repeatedly claimed that the ancient Egyptians may have used the pyramids to generate or transfer energy. Now think about this. To date, we've discovered 118 pyramids in Egypt. And guess what? Not a single one has contained a mummy. Instead, the mummies of Egyptian gods have been found in completely different locations. When Nikola Tesla suggested that the pyramids were actually designed to transfer energy, people didn't just disagree, they harshly criticized him. But Tesla didn't stop there. He also had another groundbreaking idea that he shared frequently. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. At the time, the scientific community thought this was nothing more than nonsense. Back then, we hadn't even discovered neutrons, let alone fully understood atomic structure. Tesla's claim that the universe is built on frequencies and vibrations. It went completely over their heads. Fast forward a few decades, research caught up. The scientific world started unraveling Tesla's vision, and then came string theory, a revolutionary idea that changed everything. String theory says the universe exists because of the vibrations of tiny strings. Everything around us vibrates, and each vibration has its own unique frequency. Don't believe it? Look at this image of an electron taken just a few years ago. Notice anything strange? You don't see a particle. Instead, it's a pattern of waves. Let that sink in. Tesla wasn't just ahead of his time, he was light years ahead. We now know something even more fascinating. Every frequency has its own unique shape. If you play a specific frequency through a speaker and sprinkle some powder or sand on top, you'll see something incredible. The sand starts changing its shape, and as you adjust the frequency, the shape keeps changing. What you're looking at is the two-dimensional shape of that frequency. In 3D, this shape would look completely different. In the fifth dimension, something else entirely. Using frequencies, Tesla created a device capable of causing man-made earthquakes. And guess how big this device was? Believe it or not, it was small enough to fit in his pocket. There's even a wild story about this. One day, while Tesla was strolling across New York's famous Brooklyn Bridge, he accidentally triggered an earthquake with this pocket-sized invention. The tremor was so intense, it caused part of the bridge to collapse. That incident alone shows just how powerful his device was. Tesla was initially working on a device to transfer electricity to homes wirelessly. He eventually developed what he called the steam-powered oscillator, a machine that transferred electric current through oscillation. But here's the twist. What started as a power generator turned into an earthquake machine. Tesla discovered that at a specific frequency, electric current could flow seamlessly through a system. So he built an oscillator that could generate various frequencies. As soon as one of these matched the system's natural current frequency, the current would start flowing. But when Tesla tested this device, something unexpected happened. The oscillations became so powerful that his entire building began to shake, as if a massive earthquake had struck. Let's break down why Tesla's oscillator caused such chaos with a simple example. You've probably seen opera singers shatter glass with their voices, right? Here's what happens. When they hit a high-pitched note, the glass starts vibrating. As their pitch gets higher and matches the glass's natural vibration frequency, the vibrations amplify until, smash, the glass shatters. Now imagine that same concept, but on a much larger scale. Tesla's oscillator produced oscillations so intense that they matched the natural vibration frequency of his building. The result? The vibrations amplified so much that it caused what felt like a full-blown earthquake. But Tesla didn't give up. Determined to test his device further, he took it out onto the streets of New York. That's when he stumbled upon a construction site. Tesla decided it was the perfect place to test his oscillator again. But just like before, the same thing happened. The entire building started shaking and workers panicked, fleeing the site as if an earthquake had hit. Years later, another scientist named Royal Raymond Rife built on this concept of frequencies. He designed a machine that used specific frequencies and audio waves to target diseases. This device worked by generating frequencies that matched those of cancer cells, viruses, or bacteria, causing them to rupture, much like glass shattering at a specific pitch. In essence, he aimed to destroy harmful cells in the human body using sound. But just like Tesla, these scientists weren't taken seriously either. Their groundbreaking ideas completely dismissed by the scientific community of their time. Nikola Tesla noticed something strange about the pyramids, a mystery that's still unraveling. Fast forward to 2016, and things took an even wilder turn. Satellite images from Antarctica revealed a massive pyramid. To put it into perspective, the base length of the Great Pyramid of Giza is 230 meters. But this Antarctic pyramid, its base stretches 2,000 meters, a staggering 2 kilometers. Here's the big question: who built it? Why was it built? And what was its purpose? The truth is, we have no idea. This discovery only adds to the growing enigma surrounding pyramids and their role in history. We still haven't cracked the mysteries of the pyramids of Giza. The geometry used in their construction? It shouldn't have even been possible at the time. And then there's the Great Sphinx of Giza, a mystical statue that adds another layer to the puzzle. If you draw a triangle over the Sphinx from above, the apex aligns perfectly with its head. Now, if you create a box the size of the Great Pyramid and align it with the pyramid, the edges of that box also pass right through the Sphinx's head. But wait, there's more. Draw a circle from the center of the Great Pyramid to the surrounding pyramids, and guess what? It aligns with the Sphinx's head yet again. This can't just be a coincidence. There's clearly something much deeper at play here, something we don't understand. After all, the people of that era didn't have advanced knowledge of geometry. They hadn't even discovered iron yet. So how on earth did they achieve such incredible precision? At that time, people were using tools made of copper, a soft metal that simply isn't strong enough to cut stone. And iron tools, they hadn't been invented yet. So how did they manage to cut these massive stone blocks? It's mind-boggling, especially when you consider that the Great Pyramid is made up of 2.3 million stone blocks. The precision of these blocks is so incredible that you can't even slip a razor blade between them. In today's world, achieving this level of precision would require lasers. But even if we assume they somehow had the technology to cut the stone with such accuracy, another question arises. How did they transport these blocks? Because wheels hadn't been invented yet. Moving such massive stones without wheels? It's a puzzle that still confuses historians and scientists today. But the biggest question is, where did the materials for the pyramids come from? If you look closely, these pyramids are made of granite and limestone. Neither of these materials is found anywhere near Giza. To get them, you'd have to travel a staggering 900 kilometers to places like Aswan, where granite and limestone quarries are located. For a long time, historians believed the Nile River connected Giza and Aswan. They thought the ancient Egyptians transported these massive stone blocks down the river, but there was a problem. The Nile flows in the opposite direction of Giza, so how did they move such enormous and heavy stones upstream? After years of research, historians finally uncovered something that might explain the mystery. They discovered that back then, the Nile River had another branch running parallel to it. This branch allowed the ancient Egyptians to transport the massive stone blocks directly to Giza. Just when we thought we were starting to solve this puzzle, a brand new mystery about the Great Pyramid of Giza emerged. While conducting a detailed study of this massive structure, scientists made a shocking discovery. Beneath the pyramid lies an L-shaped structure. No one knows why this structure exists. Why was it built? What was its purpose? And what's it doing buried so deep under the pyramid? These are questions that still don't have answers, leaving us with yet another layer to this mind-boggling mystery. And now, scientists have discovered something even stranger, a plasma bubble located 9,600 kilometers above the Great Pyramid of Giza. What's it doing up there? Why is it even there? We have no idea. Looking at this plasma bubble, it almost feels like Nikola Tesla might have been right all along, that it was somehow used for energy transfer, but only time will tell. For now, this bubble poses a significant risk to anything venturing into space or flying at high altitudes. Satellites that get too close to it could malfunction, and high-altitude planes will have to steer clear as well. One thing is crystal clear: the pyramids are hiding a massive mystery. Sure, it's easy to say they managed to build these incredible structures, but when you ask the real question, how, we're left with no answers. And there's still one big question left unanswered. Why do we see pyramid structures in civilizations all over the world? For instance, in Mexico, you have the Pyramid of the Sun, a massive pyramid built centuries ago. Then there's Sudan, where you'll find the Nubian pyramids, although they're much smaller compared to the pyramids of Egypt. But why does humankind seem to gravitate toward this same pyramid design again and again? The Mayan civilization also built pyramids, like the pyramids of Tikal. Even in China, we see similar pyramid structures. What's the reason behind this universal pattern? It's a mystery on a global scale. There's hope, though, as we continue to study the Great Pyramid of Giza, especially the mysterious structure beneath it, we'll hopefully uncover more clues. Before we wrap up, I want to tell you about something alarming: the Boeing company's negligence. This negligence has already cost hundreds of lives, and the safety of Boeing airplanes has been consistently declining. But why is this happening? To find out, click here to watch the full story. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.